Howdy, everybody. Um, Thank you for joining us today. LiquidOtacon, joined by ETPC as always, and a couple of other devs.
Hello.
Howdy.
I'm sure we'll have a couple more folks pop in here and there as well. And yeah, so we're gonna be probably switching these streams to kind of this like every other kind of deal, just because it's a little easier to manage. And today is also probably going to be the last afternoon stream for a little while. They're most likely going to take place on Thursday nights now. I think we decided like 6 o'clock.
Yeah, 6 o'clock is good for both of us.
Yeah, it's just going to be a little easier.
Yeah.
I know it's going to be a little harder for some of our
Scheduling-wise.
international folks, and I apologize about that. But
Mhm.
yeah, truth be told, I don't want to have to take any more days off of work to stream in the middle of the afternoon, as fun as it is. So
For sure, for
yeah, yeah.
sure.
But thank you everybody for joining us. Oh, it looks like the Twitch overlays are not working, huh?
Yeah, 'cause we're
That's
looking
a
at the
shame.
editor right now.
Okay, well that's a shame. That means also the Discord one isn't working either. Something must have changed. But anyways, today we're gonna start here with some of my penthouse merge. I'm gonna show off how that's been going. I had a development on some of the things that were causing me some issues, like with the movers being triggered automatically and stuff like that. So I fixed that problem, but it's gonna cause a little more piecemeal to be needed to be done. It makes for some more piecemealing of the maps to be done here, unfortunately. We've also got some other really cool stuff going on. We got some like weird stuff, like this is a product of that as well. But we've also got some really cool stuff coming in with this map too. That hopefully eventually will get all slapped into here that October's been working on.
Oh yeah.
Oh god. Whenever you're gonna see the stuff I'm gonna send you, you're gonna be like, you're gonna get a headache.
So
Yeah.
at least
So
for go ahead.
I'm I don't want to say I'm scope creeping on the map changes, but I basically think what would also fit in here, and I keep on finding a way to add it in. Like I was trying to figure a good way to actually turn off specific things, but I think I'm gonna hold off on that for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want the gameplay path to be implemented, and the rest come to itself.
No,
So
the stuff you showed is pretty exciting, and hopefully people get a chance to look at that at some point.
for now
It's a
here,
scorcher, I'll say.
I'm gonna kind of pull us into it. See, some things are still a little messed up. It's currently raining in the elevator.
That happens to me. Don't worry about it.
But all this stuff is
Don't you
working.
just never have a cloud just spontaneously appear inside your elevator?
Oh yeah, always.
Duke's just not feeling groovy right now.
Down today.
Stand back. Time to find out.
User player 89 asks, ooh, there's some new lighting here since the first slice.
Not purposefully.
Yeah, I think it's more of a side effect of the merge, right?
Yeah. I think these kind of.
No, everything is super work in progress still, because like yeah, we're experimenting with this. I think we're past the point of experimentation. I think we decided like this is the way forward, right?
We haven't.
Or possible, yeah.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah.
It depends on how
like,
well it really ends up working out.
Yeah.
I mean, so far it works really well, but
yeah, it's promising so far. But
Wait, you
yeah.
fixed the mover issue? How do you do that?
Yeah, I fixed the mover issue. Oh, by gutting every single nun from level 3.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to slowly piecemeal the level back together. That's what I was saying.
For sure. Yeah, I used the way that it works now is that we have merged Penthouse A all the way up to Study as one giant map. Kind of owing to how Harrison Ford is constructed, which has been like our big inspiration. Lump says, it sucks the reference cutoff point is 2003. We need a Harold and Kumar references. The creators of the franchise are producing the Duke film.
Oh.
Wait, really? There's stuff there? That's really funny. I like that first
Clipped in a
Harold and
box.
Kumar movie. Oh, you got Out of Bounds?
Yeah.
Oh no!
That's okay. So, yeah, basically, you know, all of this is still... You can go through the vents. You can even see stuff like... Over there is, Penthouse A, Penthouse B. You know, that's where, like, the pool lets out. You can still, you know, explore, you know, all these...
Yeah,
See,
no,
up through the-
it's super promising.
up through the skylight, which you'll see that's actually a lot bigger than it was originally, and that's just because that's like how it needs to be for the geometry to actually make sense, like when you get onto rooftops.
Right, right.
What is that?
Yeah, there's some like, interesting like choices we're having to make sure like all the merging makes sense. It's super fun like watching it come together. Hang on, I'll be right back.
A bunch of stuff,
Oh, I remember
unfortunately,
noticing
has
that.
been removed from this map. Something that is cool, though, that I'm really happy about,
Groovy.
is that we got this glass functioning properly again. All this stuff is still as is. This stuff isn't triggering right now because of some changes I made. It'll get added back, but something within all of that was causing other issues.
I actually can understand why or what could have been done. It's the columns and the fact they're all movers. Probably something about the way they were set was starting to get
Perhaps. I think they actually have proper names, though.
And I'm back.
Ooh, that's funky.
No, you're not.
All right, I
That'll
will.
have to get moved.
Okay, someone's already dropped the Twitch link. Thank you, Clover.
Oof, that texture got that negative space needs to be, that subtractive space needs to be fixed.
Compared to other projects similar to this, how much of a chance this DNF 2001 game might be a reality? What do you mean? Like, are we going to finish it? Because we are. We're going to finish all of this.
Much better.
Oh yeah, we're gonna give our damnedest. We're in this for the long haul. We're not gonna
Yeah.
mess nothing by going, oh, well, I guess we'll just leave it up to the community to finish this bit. Haha. We have a,
No, we're gonna do our absolute best.
You can see a lot of the rooftops is implemented here. The only thing that isn't really is the helicopters or the attack copters that fly past.
Step right up and get some.
Accidental
think it'll-
frontal fire.
I'd buy this
Yeah.
for $1.
Yeah, so
no, not to expect this to come out by June 2023, that's for sure. Yeah, this is gonna be a long, long time.
Yeah.
For this to get done.
Will there be
years.
some? Yeah. Will there be some kind of patch to the first slice to fix performance of the first slice to replace the new download?
Yep, actually,
we are working on a
performance
patch, yeah.
fixes are something I'm actually going to show off here after I'm done doing this, because we have quite a few nice new features that I can showcase.
Well, last time we showed off the working SMKs in the editor, and that's been huge already.
Yeah.
Stand down, Dennis.
Oh, hey, Mr. President's in the thing. I'll invite him up.
I need access to my library.
Oh.
And you need
Mr.
to
President,
get
you
out
are on the
here.
stage.
What is this map exactly? It's rooftops.
Well, yeah, this part of it is rooftops, at least.
Yeah.
This map is named Liquid's Penthouse currently.
Sorry for asking this again. Are you guys looking for extra developers to help out? Do you have experience in animation or audio design?
That's what we're looking for the most right now.
Yeah, that's the people we need the most at the moment.
If you happen to know how to make things move, then we could use your help.
Character animations? Sure. Okay. I guess who do they talk to? Otacon?
Shoot a message to Daniel.
All right. There you go, Clover. There's your task. Oh yeah, we got secrets all over the place, Gorilla. I would really love. I know that we talked about this before, but like if we can get like the totals counter at the end of each chapter with like innocent saved, secrets, everything. That'd be so sick.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Off. Or even there's like something we could pull up in the HUD. This is like like a secrets counter, like how the EU32 does it.
He's also apparently done UE1 scripting.
It's very promising.
Much better.
Yeah, so this is still a little proof of concept-y, but
Yeah. The proof is definitely promising.
yeah.
And like I'm sure, people in the audience can like extrapolate these ideas like, oh, when we get to Stratosphere, what we can do with that when we have bigger maps or like, other places.
Yep, and that's exactly
Yeah,
what this is kind of like trying to prepare us for, is hoping that,
Yeah.
we can make some of the levels just feel a little bigger.
Yeah.
Just
I have.
Literally making them bigger.
Oh, good.
No, you're right, Rainbow. Sorry.
I gone ahead and snooped through the Stratosphere today, and I seen really just how this approach would apply really well there, because there was the hint of interconnectedness that we were working on.
Yes.
Into the realms, and the fact you could actually disable mine paths, even disable ones behind you, even though you don't actually go back in the complete version. So they definitely had it planned for that to be kind of a hub area.
Yeah. Problem is like making sure everything's connected, right? Evolution says, do you plan on fully completing the game? Yes, we're going to complete the game. The entire thing.
We got a story, we got an idea of how things are going to go down, we got... what would we say that we have the arsenal down pat?
Yeah, we know what weapons we're going to be using.
Yeah. I don't think we have any plans to add any more than what we've already thought about.
So,
Yeah, Rainbow, I'm not saying like 100%, like it would be interesting to have like a HUD toggle versus like a end of screen thing. Just like something that would allow you to like see what secrets they've missed and things, I think would be interesting.
That must have gotten deleted. There used to be a thing that helped you into this event perfectly. I'm disappointed that it's broken.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyways, now, as you saw, it drops you back on top of the bed in Penthouse A, and then you crawl into this vent, and it leads you into the study.
That's so much better, honestly, because I never understood why that vent was completely blocked off. Like, it looked so unnatural.
And then I haven't implemented them yet, but there's going to be a ladder to get back up here instead of the ropes, and the only rope that's going to be here is right over here.
Yeah. We're still going to have the ropes in hotel, right? Because that's
Yeah,
we need.
they'll still be in.
Rope.
Yep,
Yeah.
they'll still be in.
Okay. Argonox says, so far my criticism of the game is that I feel the assault rifle is kind of underpowered than it should be, and I feel Duke should move, feel a bit more faster, to be able to deal with soldiers armed with guns. That's that's fair, but personally, I think that the movement's actually incredible in this game.
I don't think you'll see any changes to the movement of Duke,
Yeah.
but you might see some changes to the weapons and stuff like that still.
Yeah, like that stuff is all totally subject to change.
New hardware.
Emirati says, is it possible to choose a laser sight instead of the usual icon? What do you mean by that?
I think what he means is
Oh,
that...
like having just like the dot in the middle of the screen.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I
Crosshair
think we were
options.
talking about crosshair options, yeah, at some point. That's
I want to
definitely
put in an
something we'll-
elevator you take down here.
Welcome, Duke. What an unaccomplished
Duke,
man.
we have a situation. The city is under attack. We have intel
I
that
do
there is
like
a
that.
parasitic entity capable
Yeah.
of taking over a host's body. It has been unleashed across the streets of Las Vegas.
Have you figured out what the bug is for subtitles not showing up in SOS calls?
So it's because it hides the HUD.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
Yep.
Nothing about this.
That's why
So-
that's why they don't show up afterwards too. I believe I've patched that though on our version. It may have just been something I thought about doing and didn't get around to though.
Gotcha.
You'll need as much firepower.
So weapons are subject to change. Does that also mean changing the look and animation somehow? We have talked about that we want to eventually move all weapon animations to skeletal animations so that people could easily like
General.
modify them like Half-Life style. That is definitely a long-term objective.
Good luck, Duke. Raise up.
Call ended.
Nick Kickup says, will you be, by any chance, make the ballistics less hit scanner-like and more like something along the lines of Max Payne?
I know it's been talked about. I don't know what exactly is going to happen with that right now though.
Yeah, it is being discussed.
Something that's also cool. Boop.
Oh hey,
Well, hello now.
oh that's so cool. Oh, you know what we should put in Duke's office up there is like a broken way into the Duke cave. If we can figure that out.
What do you mean?
Pressure on the
What to come?
wound.
Well, like, say, for example, the reason why he goes to his office, because that's one of his other entrances to the Duke Cave, but then he has to go to the study for, like, the main entrance.
I see where you're going with, yeah. That's
Because if it's
doable.
right above, like, canonically right above that area, then it would make sense to have, like, a quick entrance there, but, like, have it be blocked by debris or something.
I'm not gonna be the one to add that, but that's I'm basically setting things up in a way where it's gonna be possible.
Yeah. Did you move the spinning Duke logo when sliding down the pole? We're going to be re-implementing that. That's only works OpenGL right now, and we want to make sure that works on all APIs.
Yeah.
But it is a very good gag that we plan on keeping.
I'm like I recently looked into that gag is done, and I'm shocked. That's how it's done. It's a mover.
I feel like I'm hearing that every day. Is like, shut to how they did this. Like, what the hell were they thinking?
So,
But like in a good way.
Okay.
Gorillas.
So, what I'll do now is I guess show off some of the changes that were being made or that have been made. I think if I boot this up, let me know if you guys can. I guess I'll be able to see. Whoops, that's the first slice. Okay.
I think saying we're going to be better than Half-Life is just a bit of pressure. That's a bit of pressure on us.
So this is DirectX 9. Let me see. You guys can see this, right? Nope, that's the wrong one anyways. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You guys cannot see that overlay. Okay, what if I disable... There you go. Now you can see the performance overlay.
Hey.
So this is on the same version of DirectX 8 and 9 that you guys use. Or that the first slice has, I should say. I'll put it like that. So my machine, you can see I'm getting like 30s and 40s in here. It kind of cuts down to like 22. Especially with like that. Especially like through here. Kind of choppy. 20 to... Well, sometimes 30, sometimes higher than that, you know what I mean? But then especially like right here, we get like really choppy. And it like really fluctuates.
Radtis says, would you add a tutorial, some kind of text in-game with controls? We talked about adding... Have we talked about adding an optional tutorial? I feel like we discussed that
Yeah,
before.
we've been discussing that, yeah.
Yeah.
So now this
Yeah.
is DirectX 9 on the new changes.
All
'Cause
right.
all the performance changes we were made before were in OpenGL. This one has been made for DirectX 8 and 9. So we're getting about 40, 50, 50 coming through here. We're sitting
Oh,
at
wow, yeah.
45, 50, cutting up through here.
That's a solid little boost right there.
So sometimes up to double the frame rate in certain areas. Still not
Yeah.
perfect, you know. There's still some like optimization to be done to this map in general. But definitely an appreciable performance increase.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Good afternoon, Gamester. And just a reminder to folks, if you have questions, just raise your hand in the stage, and I will gladly invite you up onto the stage.
This is still such just like a.
Do we know what causes the fire to be like really fast out in the background there? Like it looks kind of weird, like it's running out like the.
I think it's
the
because it's
proper
not
frame rate.
attached to the frame rate.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
It's not attached to the tick of the game. But yeah, so a pretty solid performance increase. I don't have too many issues in Casino, but we'll check that out next too. And these will be both. This change affects both DirectX 8 and DirectX 9.
Yeah. And there's been no changes to OpenGL, right? This is almost like it's getting like parity performance.
Well, the OpenGL performance increases we showed off last time.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Sorry, I have super brain.
So here's some Casino. This is on the first slice build. You know, my thing, unfortunately for me, this area was never too bad for me, but you can see it drip down to like 20. Sometimes somewhat between like 40 and 50 sometimes. Swapping out to here. Yeah, lowest is 13.
Gorilla just asked, I'm sure Otacon, you can answer this one. How come doors sometimes turn pitch black?
It has to deal with movers and the lights not like playing well together. I don't know what causes it, but that's what causes like the issue upstairs in Casino.
90% of our issues can go back to its movers being weird.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, like movers are really cool until they're not.
So now on the with the testing branch here. Like a little more frames here.
I do enjoy my Second Amendment rights.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, part of the problem with this area is just the way the mirrors are still broken.
Yeah, for sure.
But pulling out to here, like... Yeah. So it's a little better, it's a little more stable, but...
Still working on it.
Yeah.
It'll be atmospheric with their corpses in the pool and it's red because of the blood. That's what Am I Wrong you just said.
Yeah.
I kind of like how, I don't know, how pristine that pool is, though. There's something really elegiac about it.
There's something we talked about the pool area, but we'll see in the future when that area gets
Yes,
updates.
yes.
Yeah, it's still being modified. I am excited to see what comes of the pool.
President, we haven't
Interesting
heard
there
you
was a
once
pool.
now. If you've been talking. Okay, you're lighting up, but we can't hear you. What are you guys planning on doing with those waves in the pool?
What about them?
I think I think they're just like decorative for now, but there's a mechanic attached to them in a puzzle in the back room. We have a whole system where like the wave pool is actually powered by like a Steam thing where like you have to go and traverse that to get a key card. Okay, President's going to rejoin. Yes, Argonaut, we're very aware of that bug. It is a real bugbear of ours.
Yeah.
We think I think partly the merge patch will, like when we merge the maps, that will fix that because we'll no longer have issues of like spawn points happening while the player spawned.
So the good news we potentially found, of course, potentially as in based on findings and whatnot, and I talked with some people about it.
Oh,
We are planning to change the area a little, so it wouldn't like because of some stuff we discussed.
right.
We'll see if that makes it on a patch or not. But regardless, we potentially have some clue on what it might be. I'll keep on looking on that one. I'm not the one who
Well,
is
I will
specifically
find out.
looking at that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, check.
Hey,
Hello.
President.
Hey. All right, so I'm totally at work, but I have flexibility and I can just close my office doors. I have to
Sorry about
relegate
that.
myself to chat only. Um, Otherwise, I'll keep getting echoes. Or I have to mute the Discord channel and then I'm lagging behind on my responses.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Yeah,
Whatever works best in your situation, right?
Alright.
yeah, that's
What
it. Gotta love modern technology. Oh.
weird funky
Why
stuff?
Twitch doesn't have a mute button on mobile is beyond me.
That is very strange.
Wow.
Right?
I'm assuming they figured out he realized I wasn't actually in the office today, and that's why he hung up. I'm gonna assume that. I don't know what none this was, so I'm gonna get rid of it because something wasn't quite right about it.
Sweet. I got like 3 things off my list. I'm going to step outside, and then I can also just kind of generally chat.
Cool. So yeah, I'm gonna finish kind of trying to piece this back together.
I'm just waiting for work to die down so I can continue working on stuff there. I would say that my changes to level 2 are basically 70% at this point. I
Okay.
was considering that I might send the map in maybe tomorrow or worse.
Okay.
I just need to look up encounters now.
Cool.
I spent most of yesterday working on lighting and all the stuff.
Cool. Rondi then asks, will you add the ability to control a helicopter or a tank in some levels? I don't know.
It's a good question. Not too sure about that one.
Yeah, not really sure. And then Gorilla asks, are we going to be holding any more mapping contests in the future? I'm going to probably say yes.
Yes, but I also still have to get the guy who won the last one. I still have to mail out his
Yeah.
prize, so I at least need to finish that first. I'm sorry if you are listening to this. I just haven't been able to mail it out yet.
So regarding the other vehicles, I actually recall, so I don't remember what the code for the motorcycle currently is, but let's just say I do know that it does not translate out to additional vehicles well. I want to say is somewhere in the UT 2K4, somewhere around that time. But it might have even have been in Unreal 2, almost Unreal 3. I want to say Unreal 2. Now I don't remember. Was vehicles getting implemented, specifically by a particular dev studio utilizing the Unreal Engine. They figured all that stuff out, and Epic was like, sweet, we're going to merge that code into our mainline. So it's possible. The question will just be getting a replication of that code, and then actually implementing it and it not breaking everything again.
For sure. And also, like, on top of that, finding reasons to have Duke like pilot a helicopter or a tank. Like, you don't just want to throw
Right.
in functionality for the sake of functionality. You need to like figure out, okay, why would the player want to use this? Why would the player need to use this?
Right. Probably need. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Any
for
excuse
sure.
to drive a tank and helicopter is a good excuse.
Yeah, the player will want to do it.
Yeah. Otherwise, same with the Shadow Warrior class situation. Yeah. The vehicles in Shadow Warrior are cool. You have God mode on, and then any other time they're death traps.
I started playing Halo Infinite the other 3 days ago, to get tactical Clippy, and I was like, oh my goodness, I forgot how terrible it is to be in a vehicle in this game. It's just, you don't last long enough for it to matter.
Yep. By the time you're like, you're already dead.
Mm-hmm. And if I'm not, then it's because I couldn't find anybody to kill. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, same as it always was, honestly.
yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah, I think the benefit of the like old Halo CE was that the vehicles couldn't be destroyed, just you. So
Yes.
if they didn't hit you, you were good. Gave it a little bit smaller of a hitbox, but then again, I also sidelined my buddy with a poorly timed rocket during a CTF match. Had it worked, it would have been epic.
Naturally.
But it didn't. So instead, it was just really, really, really comical.
Just instantly ate shit.
Yep. Yeah. Well, because it was bug out, so I shot it across the map.
Do you think it is possible to port DN 2001 to PSP?
Feel free.
I don't think there's any UE1 game, open source or otherwise, that runs on PSP. So that would be a very, very difficult port, and probably not, because that's like what, PS2 hardware, basically? Like a
Weaker.
little, yeah, weaker than PS2 hardware. I'm gonna say probably not.
Yeah, we'll leave that to somebody else
Yeah.
to do the porting there.
Yep.
Xbox is theoretically possible if we have to retain the DirectX 8 renderer for that. I don't know what additional work would be required to get it on the Xbox compatible. But definitely Sony systems get difficult.
Yeah, well, we're gonna work on the 64 DD port right after we ship this. Don't you worry about it. We're gonna put all the
Mhm.
textures as low as possible. It's gonna be 1x1 textures, and it's gonna run at 5 frames per second.
And then we're gonna remake, and then we're gonna make our own version of Mother 4
Yep,
right afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly. That's the real reason we're all here.
Right?
Like
Get
we're
into a mod
gathering the
remake.
team for Duke Nukem, but really we're gonna do some really weird shit.
Yeah, Spore 2. Yeah, yeah.
No, Spore 2.
Gonna
Oh,
remake Dark Spore.
But we're
Yeah.
not reporting the game to Dreamcast. We need to port it to Dreamcast. Come on now.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I still hold that this game has like such Dreamcast energy to it. This, I think it's the way the colors are used everywhere. Like it's a very colorful game in that like Sega way. The blues are like Sega blues. Underneath a blue sky.
What happened to all the
JC might want
lighting
to
in here?
port it to the Sega Saturn.
Yeah.
That's a real big market.
Oh yeah, yeah. Active market. Lots of people playing the Saturn. Everyone's talking about it.
Yeah. Dude, hell of a resurgence.
Port
Could
of
you
the
imagine
3DO.
trying to like play it on that controller?
Oof.
Yeah, I mean,
Oof.
you could probably get away with the 3D pad, maybe. But like
Yeah.
the original Saturn controller, God no.
The 3D pad's the big disc, right? Like the big, like
Yep,
round.
yep.
That's honestly what I was thinking of. Being a nightmare already.
Yeah, it totally would. Yeah, there's a Saturn port Duke 3D by Lobotomy Software. It's weird. It's a weird port. It feels unnatural. Like it's cool because Lobotomy was ridiculously talented and they were gone way before their prime. But like Duke is like 2 inches tall in that game. Like the scale of everything is like super off. Like okay, you know the crate in the beginning of E1L1, like where you can jump up to get the RPG. The crate is like 6 feet tall in the Saturn version if you go up to it.
Oh boy.
It's so weird.
So it's not made on build then either.
It was ported from build to their in-house slave driver engine, which is the same engine they used to do Power Slave and Quake Saturn. So like, it has some of those interesting features like color lighting and all that, but like, yeah, it's just a strange port. It does have multiplayer though, like online multiplayer through the Netlink.
Huh.
I do think overall it is better than the PS1 port in some regards. I could be wrong though. The Saturn was my first console growing up because we got that We're Dying bundle, which is like here's a Saturn, here's a steering wheel, here's Daytona, here's a 6-button controller, here's Virtua Fighter 2, here's Virtua Cop 2, here's a gun. Oh God, please buy this. Like it was the most desperate bundle. Even when I was like 6, I was like, that's a lot of stuff they're giving us.
Ooh.
And my dad played Daytona every evening with the steering wheel on the floor with me. It was great.
Oh yeah.
My dad had the steering wheel for the PS2. We used to play a lot of NASCAR Rumble.
Oh, that's a great game.
Right? Super
That game's
underrated.
so good. Yeah, it's like it's Mario Kart with NASCAR cars. It's so good.
Huh.
Oh, and then all the like extra cars. I think we had everything unlocked by the time we really stopped playing it. We had all of the special cars unlocked, the upgraded versions of everything. Because I think we beat the entire game. We still would just play it all the time. You're like, did we miss a secret here?
Oh,
There
No.
we go. Now this
No.
room looks right.
Yay!
That's still weird, but
I should really play that Duke Nukem 64 mod that someone made, whose name first escapes me at the moment. Like apparently it's like super accurate to how it was, but it's just running on eDuke 32. And then yes, I know I say this every stream, but eventually I will play 0 Hour, I promise. But okay, by the time we ship this game, I will say I have played 0 Hour.
Same.
And that is my promise to you, Duke community.
Pretty sure a guy called Fox did that mod. E32.1.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I think that was Fox. Also, another reminder, folks, if you have any questions, let's put your hand up in the stage, and I'll gladly invite you up. Questions or comments or anything. Just want to make sure everyone knows that we allow people up here. Mortal Kombat Carmageddon. Are you talking about Armageddon? Because if there's a Mortal Kombat Carmageddon game, like a fan game, then I will gladly play that.
God, Carmageddon. That's a throwback and a half.
That was the way I found out about Fear Factory, was that game. It's like, man, demanufactured, hell of an album.
The main Carmageddon I ever played was a PS1 one, which was not that good.
Oh, what was
But
that
you know
one?
what? I had good memories of it.
Oh yeah, no, I totally get that. Oh, there's a Mario Kart game mode of Mortal Kombat Armageddon. I never played Mortal Kombat past 4 or before MK versus DC. I didn't play any of the PS2 ones. Motor Combat. That's pretty good.
I have fond memories of the one that a lot of people don't like. It's for the PS2. Head the Crypt.
Deception?
Deception? Yeah.
There was Deadly Alliance, there's Deception, and then there was Armageddon. There's also Shaolin Monks, which rocks.
See, it might be Deadly Alliance.
All right. They all just kind of run together for me. That's the thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Like Midway just lost its way entirely after like the PS1 days. I mean, I love some of the games they put out. Like I loved The Suffering. I loved the Area 51 2004 FPS. I actually am super fond of that game, even though it's kind of bad. Like it's just there's such a charm to it.
I haven't rented that one.
I have a box copy for the PC version, like in the other room. Yeah, San Francisco Rush, but that was like pre PS2, right? Like I think that's like the bump in development costs and like the bad bets they placed. Problem Rage was Atari. That was like Atari Games, which was the arcade division, and then Midway bought them and then killed Primal Rage 2. But yeah, like there were so many weird Midway games on PS2 that were like super high budget, but like they were terrible, like Dr. Muto and things like that like no one remembers. And like they just put so much money in these things, and it was just like, yep, no one bought this. We are hemorrhaging money. And then 360 generation just killed them forever because games just became ridiculously expensive to make. I think someone has a build of This Is Vegas, which was the game they spent like $50 million on to like accurately simulate Vegas for an open world game that no one wanted. A shame.
I wonder where they got the idea for reproducing Vegas from.
Real Dude in Forever vibes here. Guy who's only ever played Dude in Forever 2000.
I wouldn't be at all surprised.
Getting some real Boss Baby vibes from this.
Oh God.
Yeah, user. Yeah, he's talking. They're talking about Dr. Muto. It was so misguided, and then like their attempts to like reference Smash TV was just like, what are you doing? Hey, Lieutenant Havoc.
Dude, I do not know why I cannot select this, so I'm just gonna cheat.
Look, just rest assured that all video game development is sleight of hand at some point.
Oh, 100%.
Anyone who thinks that like everything in game development is intentional, just like, yeah, no.
Let's try that.
You should see the shit I'm pulling.
Hey, I got it to work. Look at
Modern
that.
Smash TV. I feel like that exists, right? I mean, like, I feel like you can make the argument that like I don't know, Vampire Survivors is like Smash TV esque. Like, let's take it
Yeah,
to an
there's quite a
absolute
few of
extreme.
those
Oh
top
yeah.
down.
Although they don't
Those
have
really
the
got a big
vibes.
difference in indie.
Yeah, they don't have the vibes of Smash TV.
No.
Big
Yeah,
money,
Smash
big
TV was really
prizes.
nice.
I love it.
There we go. Other than the fact that it's raining, it's fixed.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what it is, I bet you? The fact that there is no zone info in this entire thing. So it's
Have you
its
read the
own.
leaked script about the Duke movie? What do you think? We all had a really good laugh. They sure wrote that.
It does exist.
Whether they should have, or not, it's a matter of opinion, but
Jeff Goldblum voice. The year I think the script was written in 2010. And then like someone apparently looked into the ARG site they mentioned in the document, and it was actually active at one point. Like, and it did have the things that were on it. So like, it got as far as like getting an ARG started, which is very funny to me. Like, it wasn't just like they registered the website; there was actual content on it, which is just so funny.
I mean, honestly, that's kind of wild. It's kind of
I
nuts.
know, right? Like, the fact they were already spending money on it.
Yeah. Uh,
When one of the Discord servers I'm in, I showed the people in there the script, and now whenever I talk about Duke Nukem in there, one of the people in there just copy and paste the ending line of the script to me, and it just makes me die every time I read it.
what's the ending
What was
line of the script?
uh so they're talking to Duke Nukem as like he's like coming out of like the big battle at the end, and he's being interviewed on TV, and they go like, "Oh, Duke, what do you do if they come back?" And he goes, "Nuke them till they glow in the dark," because that's his catchphrase in the movie.
Nukem?
Until they glow in the dark.
Wait, that entire thing is his catchphrase?
Uh-huh.
Dude, this is way worse than I thought I
It's
expected.
so bad.
I read up until the point where they were rebooting him as his own character who was a renegade from the military, and then I was like, all right, they gave Duke Nukem a name other than Duke Nukem. I'm okay.
Yeah. I'm good, actually.
That's
Oh.
wild. You can't. That's terrible.
Yep. Gui, if you're watching this, I'm talking about you, you motherfucker.
There we go. Oh, that was painful.
There was also supposed to be a prequel to the Escape from New York film called Snake Plissken's Escape to be published by Namco. John Carpenter, Kurt Russell, and Deborah Hill were on board. Could never find a solid answer as to why it got canceled, what happened in development. I think what happened there was so that would have been, I think that was PS2, Xbox. I think the reason it died is because it would have cost way too much to move it over to the new consoles that were coming out, and they didn't want to put it out on the old console, so they just killed it. Namco did that a lot around that time, because remember Frame City Killer, which was like going to be a 360 launch title, and like got like a million trailers, and then they said like, no, it's actually never coming out.
And then a lot of the work that was done on Escape was translated to Dead Rights. That series.
Yep. That's right, yeah, because I was at Namco Home Tech.
The most disappointing outcome.
Yeah, that 360 Dead to Rights game is rough. Oh god, I made a dog pun without even realizing it. On a long enough time frame, they're going to reboot Dead to Rights. I would love if someone could build a Pliskin game. Yeah, same here. I'd love to see a Snake Pliskin video game. That sounds like it could either be really fucking cool or extremely mid.
So here's
If you
something
think
I've
about it,
realized though, like rewatching like any of those movies, like honestly, rewatching any of those like 80s, 90s Kurt Russell action movies,
Mhm.
there's no memorable lines. There's
Escape from
memorable
LA has,
scenes, there's
yeah,
memorable like bits, but like I can't think of like Big Trouble in Little China. Awesome movie,
yeah.
cannot think of a single like one-liner from it.
No, you're right. Yeah, they're like Carpenter didn't really write one-liners. I think that was not really his whole thing, which is weird because like the legacy of those movies is that like you're absolutely
Right.
right. It's so strange. Like the closest approximation of that would be like in Escape from LA, where there's like the gun duel scene. You know, they play by Bangkok rules, and then they're all about to draw. Then Kurt Russell fucking shoots them all, and he goes, "Draw."
and there's the Welcome to the Human Race one. I
Oh
think.
yeah, that's great. And then the awesome White Zombie song plays. I
Yeah.
love Escape from LA. I'm gonna say that in a public space. I'm not afraid. I'll not
I mean,
be impressed.
it's basically an attempt to remake the original movie, even
Time to find
Yeah.
Carpenter denies it. It's basically beat for beat.
Basically, I got the 4K release of recently, and aside from the 4K release being like the cheapest thing possible, like there's literally nothing on that disc except for like the movie, which is kind of a huge shame. That movie still absolutely whips. Like it's so bad in a fun way. Like it's obviously in on the joke, but like no one else got it at the time.
Everything is.
I like that thing game. It's kind of bad, but I'm fond of it, even if it like falls apart by the end.
Excuse me? Bad?
I mean, it turns into like bad Half-Life in like the second and third acts.
I thought it was a good game when I played it in the past. It works like shit on modern OS, but
Yeah. Yeah, and also like all the bugs I remember happening in like, the second and third acts, because like I know there's like that sniping section that like I remember having to like get a fan patch for that in like 2005, and like, oh, this blows. There's a Kurt Russell in it though, as the voice of the pilot at the end. Spoilers.
and regarding the game sequel was going to involve him even more,
Yep.
and we never got that.
Yeah, that was what was that? That was Evolve. Was that the name of the studio? No, it was something Softworks. What the hell's the name of it? They made two games. I own them both. They made Evolva and The Thing. And Evolva is a game I've never been able to make sense of in my entire life. Yeah, Computer Artworks. Very pretty game, Evolva, but literally zero idea how to play it. Question to the devs: this area where the glass breaks from the top. Some reason the FPS tanks the room looks like a DX9 problem, maybe.
This area, or the specifically this area we're in right now.
Yeah.
I mean, let's see if that's affected by our update.
Hell yeah. Any new games looking forward to this year? I'm really interested in that Dead Space remake. I hope it's good.
I'm strongly opinionated about that one.
I loved Dead Space back when it came out. Dead Space was like one of the last games I remember being genuinely excited for. Like just hyped beyond belief, following every like bit of information about it, watching every
Then-
trailer.
The main reason I'm opinionated about it is because EA basically killed the studio, and now they're trying to revive
Oh yeah,
the
no.
they created.
It's kind of gross, but to be fair, the original like developers of it like did say like they gave their blessings to it, even though it is it's mega shitty what they did.
Yeah.
Stand back to find
I like Dead
out.
Space 1 the most out of the trilogy personally. Like Dead Space 2 is way too actiony for me. I like Dead Space 2, but yeah, it's just not as scary. Or it's atmospheric. Oh, they added Isaac to Fortnite? That's okay. Sure, why not? Eventually, I'm going to be in Fortnite. They're going to run out of characters
So-
and start putting actual people in it.
Yeah, actually, my frame rate in here is like 6. You can see my frame rate in here.
Yeah.
With
Oh,
the
yeah,
new,
there we go.
With the new performance update.
Hell yeah. There you go, Razor.
Because I have a relatively beefy PC2 Razer, and I also experience the same thing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That Tony Hawk story is genuinely tragic. They were all ready to start production on Tony Hawk 3 and 4 remastered, and then Activision just killed them. They made them into a support studio for Blizzard.
Oof.
It's worse than just being a dead studio.
Honestly. It's like, okay, you're going to be making Diablo Immortal cosmetics the rest of your life. Have fun.
I weep for those devs.
Honestly.
Awesome. When do we get the update? Hopefully next month.
Yes.
That is the trajected. That is the goal so far. Is next month we will get this update out to you guys. It'll be the multiplayer update we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a few improvements and quite a few fixes that we're trying to sneak in there, like the saving with the crouches. I don't think we'll get the save path names resolved by then, not at the current rate. But there's there's a number of improvements. I think we'll have some of the AI improvements in there.
We're going to have the ADF be less blood cultist like in their reaction time, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
We're gonna fix the
At-
PN on all the
At the very
admins.
least, they will look a lot nicer as they go to town murdering you.
You always want to look nice when you're murdering Duke Nukem. It's important.
Oh yeah, it's all about style, right?
Exactly. All good. Take your time. In question, will it be like a full package download like the first slice, or will it be like ModDB update 1.01, so on?
We will do both. We will
Yeah.
do a full download and an update package.
Yes. And eventually, probably not with this release, but eventually we plan to have a launcher that will be able to just get patches. That's
Yep.
in the work too.
Yeah, and that'll bypass the ModDB,
Yeah.
where their servers get completely bogged down when there's a million downloads.
Yep.
So
That'll
it
also
should
help
help with that.
us do sanity checks or things like, making sure you're not playing the game in a folder with spaces in it.
Right.
Which will help a lot.
Yeah, or Cyrillic character sets. That really breaks things.
Yep. And it will be optional for people who don't want to deal with it.
Right.
I think that's everything from Penthouse A finally brought over. Everything about Penthouse A works. All the movers work properly now. All these sequences work properly now.
Hell yeah, dude.
I think at least a quarter of this map is 100% done now. I don't know about all these.
I said the Callisto Protocol failed. I've been waiting for this game so much in the hope that we'll get a franchise capable of giving you a Dead Space. Yeah, Callisto seemed like it just... Like that game, they put so much money in it and they expected just an absurd amount of sales for it. That it kind of didn't really have a chance. Like, even if it reviewed well, it was a good game. Like 5 million for a debut title from a new IP. Like, are you out of your goddamn mind?
Yeah.
I feel bad for that team though. Some talented people in it. You guys are doing it forever with the guys that worked on Black Mesa for Half-Life 1. We do take a little bit of inspiration from Black Mesa for sure. Like we're proud to say that. But yeah,
It's a well done mod.
very much so. Yeah, and
Well, I mean, hey, it's a very well done game. It definitely
yeah,
passed the point of mod.
Yeah. Yeah, really. What do they say? The finest form of flattery is imitation,
Yeah,
or
exactly.
imitations flattery, something. Yeah. One of those idioms.
Yeah, Havoc, not to blow your mind, but we're taking a little bit of inspiration from Half-Life for sure. I mean, DNF 2001 is in itself like a reaction to Half-Life. Like that is very, very clear. And yeah, we're definitely honoring those intentions by following through with that design. Like we don't have any intentions of making it something it is not.
Okay, nothing gets selected when I select none, so it must just be a bug.
That was one of the main complaints some people had, like Duke having to fight infected people without any weapons, the whole horror part early on in the game. Are you talking about
Oh,
the
in like
2011
Penthouse,
game
eh?
or our game?
I think they're talking about in our game. Oh,
Yeah,
actually, it happens in 2011 too.
it does.
Oh
Yeah,
no. You only have to fight like 3 enemies in our game without any
yeah.
weapons.
I
And
remember I
that's
timed.
changing.
Yeah, I last I timed it, it takes like 3 minutes until like you're shooting dudes. If you skip the interview, of course.
Right, which was an important thing for us as well.
For sure, yeah. We should. What do you think of modifying Studio to draw a little bit more attention to the fact that you can skip that, or do we want to keep it like completely like a secret? Like, oh wow, you can do this.
Well, what do you mean by draw more attention to the fact that you can?
Like, what if we had like someone working on the vent or something? And it was like, oh, this vent goes straight to here, and then kind of like just talking about that, or is that a little bit too much?
I would kind of rather people just find that out on their
Yeah,
own. I
yeah.
mean,
I do agree. I just had a friend reach say to me, it's like, oh, I didn't even know you could do that. It's like that's kind of the point.
yeah, and I mean that's cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's that worked in that sense. You know what I mean?
for
But
sure, for sure. Uh, will you do something about the movement speed in vents? You seem rather slow in those compared to Duke 3D. Is there a movement difference in vents other than just like the crouch like speed?
I think it's just the crouch
I think
speed.
it's just crouch speed. Yeah.
Yeah. Personally, seems to me that Mighty Foot should have more animation. I mean, again, keep in mind this we're making this game as if it came out in 2003. So like we're like, I think the way the Mighty Foot works definitely needs some tweaking, but I think the animations aren't the problem like at all, really. Just checking to see if anyone has raised their hand in the on the audience. Nope. Yeah, just a reminder to folks, like you can absolutely raise your hand if you want to speak to the team or anything like that.
A lot of the HUD hand animations, weapon animations are holdovers from the Quake 2 era, and they're all vertex animated.
Yeah.
There is a set of hands that are skeletally rigged. We just haven't put all the animations over it. It means reanimating all the hand movements, all the HUD weapons. There's I think there's 20 different firing things for the Glock. It'd be an involved process. It's something we're going to get around to doing eventually. We just haven't got it yet, but there's work in progress to get it done.
Yeah. And like as we build up the animation team, like stuff like that will be like somewhat less horrifically painful to do, I assume.
Yeah, as I said, it's something that'll progress as time goes on. It's something with the groundwork's been laid. It's a lot of work. We just haven't gone down that road yet because of getting models that are in the first slice done. But it's on the roadmap.
For sure. Dr. Spaceman says that I saw the progress bar on Duke's Normal's tool said ray tracing briefly. Can Duke's Normal's tool run Crisis? Not only can it run Crisis, it can run Cyberpunk.
But to really answer
Dang.
that, the ray tracing is in reference to literally drawing like the lighting.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's in a literal sense, and then not in an RTX
No,
sense.
no, God, no.
That would be
No, I
neat
mean
though.
they could only dream of actual real time ray tracing back then. Like it's kind of wild that like.
Hell, I feel like most people can only dream of real time ray tracing right now too.
Yeah, true.
With the requirements of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is fun talking about Duke's Normal's tool. It is fun to mention that. Will you add QTE for all types of enemies? I don't think QTEs are anywhere in the scope of the game. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, theoretically, we do have a QTA, which would be the Snatcher
Oh
class in this
yeah.
case.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd call that QTA per se, or at least I would like to eventually move that to be something that is not a QTA.
Yeah, 'cause I feel like QTEs just aren't really in the spirit of the game. Remake
I mean,
Duke the Shenmue game, yeah.
That specific thing about this,
find some sailors.
that specific thing about the Snatchers, I feel, is a good implementation.
Mhm.
I'm looking for a man name.
Do you want to play some Lucky Hit?
Stupid.
Oh, video games. Can we have a special mode where you can carry only 2 weapons? The Mighty Fish placed with QTE.
I don't think so.
No.
Probably not. I mean, interesting, kind of, but I
Probably a
don't
interesting
foresee us doing
mod.
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good way to put it. Be an interesting mod for sure. Okay, it copied everything except for the geometry. How freaking cool!
Hell yeah. I mean, Gabester, we're waiting for whenever NVIDIA officially releases RTX Remix, right? Because right now all the files are just keyed to Portal, so who knows? Who knows what the actual official release of RTX Remix will do for people?
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting anyway, just to see how many old
yeah.
games can get updated.
For sure.
Maybe even Duke Nukem 3D with the Polymost render. You never know.
Oh yeah, they can get like 2 frames per second.
Yeah. But it's RTX, you know? You can do that.
Yeah, right. It's like people trying
Ray
to play Quake
tracing,
2
baby. It's
RTX
the
when it first
future.
came out. Yeah. I'm sitting here with my 1070 at the time, and I was like, huh, I don't understand why I can't run this.
I was playing a Polymer map a couple months ago on my 3080 Ti, and I was struggling to get about 10 frames per second into the open areas. It was like, wow, it's really something.
It was. I mean, it was a great idea. It just.
Yeah.
It never got finished. Never got optimized. It was just
For sure.
a bit of a mess.
Because like the main person who like was leading it left, right?
They went on and got a job. I think it was NVIDIA they got a job at. I think they work at Valve now.
Yeah.
And
God, I swear to God, like,
Linux.
the pipeline from Duke people who are working on Duke Nukem to Valve is scary.
Yeah.
Turn-based Pokemon battles where Duke collects mighty feet and deploys them into battle against other mighty feet. All right, guys. I think
it does sound interesting.
Maybe you need
It was an idea. It was a good idea.
Pokemon was big at the time. Aaron, if you want to make that mod,
too.
If you want to make
that or various babes.
Yeah.
Bombshell's a legendary, of course.
Naturally. I'm more of a Magic the Gathering guy myself.
That looks
Oh.
great.
I almost miss playing Magic, and then I remember that I don't want to have all those cards.
Magic the Bankrupting.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
What was it
Oof.
called in Fallout 2? Tragic the Gathering.
Not 76.
Okay.
Yeah.
Skybox looks right now. Fix that.
That skybox never gets old. Like
You
that
can
gives Half-Life 2 skybox run for their money, in my opinion. Like, goddamn.
There's so much stuff in this that got done in Half-Life 2, and it would have been in this first.
Oh yeah. What was that? Is there
Whole photo
Bellagio
texture
music?
thing, and
What do you mean by
it-
Bellagio music, Aaron? Sorry, D, not to cut you off. Playtime to say goodbye. Andrea Bocelli.
Let's pull some stuff over from here now.
When they do, is that a copyrighted track or is that like public domain? If that's public domain, you could probably hook that up to like, okay, it's copyrighted, then yeah. Probably can't do that then. That is a funny idea though. Is like rigging the skybox every time the water show goes off. It plays like a couple of seconds of that. That would be a funny gag. Yeah, legally distinct version for sure. There you go, another side project to add on to your pile of side projects.
Pretty much my existence at work right now.
Oh yeah.
I had to start writing to-do lists, and I'm actually doing pretty good today.
Hell yeah.
I just have a purchase request, a proposal to finish writing, and then actually back to the work that I'm really supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I got a backlog of schoolwork too. Death Angel has a question or comment. I'm going to invite you up to speak. Go right ahead, Death Angel.
Thank you. So I apologize if you've been asked this before, but the current list of weapons just going to be all the weapons that are in the game, or do you plan on adding any more weapons?
So we plan on. There's 2 weapons in the game right now in your guys' build. I shouldn't say it like that. I don't mean to say it like that. There are 2 weapons right now in the first slice. That is the Duke 3D pistol and the Devastators that are both in the game and in code. They're just not like actually physically rigged up to anything yet. So you can expect both of those. And then we also plan on at least having the Devastator. There's been some talks about other stuff as well, but without like having anything concrete there, I don't think there's really any reason to talk about those just yet. But at least as of right now, those are the 3 planned additional weapons we have.
All right.
Thanks so much for the question.
Yeah.
Welcome.
People are talking about the GTA Definitive Editions, which just came out on Steam, which are
I know
No.
they're bad, but I still want to check them out. Like, love the
Yeah.
old GTA games. I see,
Yeah.
but I should just really. Earlier this afternoon, I was like, man, Persona 3 just came out. I do really enjoy Persona 3. Maybe I can look into getting that on my computer. And then I was like, bro, you own it on the PlayStation 2. Just use the ISO. You have the emulators set up on your Steam Deck already. Just do that. And so that's what I did. It's the same thing
Nice.
kind of there, really. You know what I mean? It's like, well,
Yep.
really, I already own that.
Yeah. I I'm not really familiar with Persona 3, but my understanding is that the PS2 version and the PSP version are like very different, right? Like I know they have a different protagonist.
Yeah, I guess I'm not the best for that.
Yeah.
So the
And I need
PSP
your help.
version allows you the PSP version allows you to play as a female protagonist, but then I think
Mhm.
they also added that to the PlayStation 2 version. I don't know. One of them
Yeah.
has more content though. Oh, it's the PSP version lets you play as a female protagonist, but then doesn't allow you to like explore the school and other stuff
Oh.
like the other Persona games like normally do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The PlayStation 2 has the actual like exploring the town and stuff like that elements where the PSP version doesn't. And I think
Mhm.
that's why people were upset about the new version that came out on PC because that version was a port of the PSP and that didn't have as many features as the PS2. But did have a more complete story if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And an AI that isn't. Uh, well, an AI that you can manage. I don't want to say it isn't trash.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that bit about it too.
Someday I will do a big deep dive in the Shin Megami Tensei games, including Persona, and then I'll probably never be seen again after that. Disappear into the meat dimension.
I mean, they're fun.
Oh yeah, I mean, I watched Giant Bomb's Endurance Run of Persona 4 like years ago, and it looked like a really fun
Endurance
game.
run.
Yeah, it was the way it was a series they had before like the idea of a let's play was like codified. So like, they
Okay.
called it an endurance run. They did that. They did Deadly Premonition. They did Chrono Trigger. I think they did one other one, but there are very rare occasions when they did it. And then when they did do it, it was a big moment. But
Hmm.
yeah, their Persona 4 one with Jeff and Vinny is stuff of legend.
With Jeff and Vinny, as in like Vine Sauce?
No, no, this is a different
Okay,
Vinny. This is a Vinny Caravella, who is also an Italian named Vinny.
fair.
Although this one is bald. He doesn't wear a hat. That's how you can tell them apart.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Otherwise, Italians.
Oh,
No,
yeah, of
no, no,
course.
no, 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 no. Absolutely not. That is an off-color
Oh,
and inappropriate
God.
joke. I will not be making again.
Yeah.
See, guys, this is why the liquid picture that is in level 2 is going to be bastardized.
We're gonna get our eyes scratched out by an owl tonight.
Yeah.
Uh.
I'm destroying Liquid's Lamborghini tonight.
You trashing it. Yeah.
All over it.
I don't blame you.
Oh no, President. Boss walked to my office and pulled my earbud out and audio switched to speaker. Oops.
Oops.
People are talking about modding like Rockstar versus Bethesda's like viewpoints. Yeah, that's the one thing I get at Bethesda is that like they have never, unless you start making Bethesda mods for other games, they'll never step in and be like, nope, don't do that. Like, and even then, like OpenMW exists, and that stuff is incredible. And then Aaron just said a while ago that I know I've talked about them before, but the UE1 detail textures are just mesmerizing.
Yeah,
They're so cool.
there was like some like discussion online about like games that still look good, and people were discussing like Half-Life and stuff like that, and like Half-Life 2 and stuff like that, and like that's one thing that this game has. Like Half-Life 2 is a gorgeous game. I love Half-Life 2. Like I still think it looks really good. But this game, because of the detail mapping, it looks so much better. Like when you like walk right up to something, because like that's the one thing like Half-Life 2 still suffers about is that like if you walk directly up to something, it looks kind of muddied and like nasty and whatever. But like this, you walk right up to something and it looks really sharp and beautiful.
Yeah, it's so gorgeous. Oh hey Snake, hang on 1 second. I will invite you up onto the stage.
Hey, how you guys doing?
We're doing
Pretty
great.
solid.
We're just hanging out.
Yo,
I'm suffering in silence.
Awesome.
Snake, why don't you tell the people what you've been working on?
Oh yeah, well, can I share a screen too? Maybe that will even explain things a little better. But I could go into detail. We got D and 3D revamp, just a one-on-one geometry port, I suppose you would call it, to the UE5 with a custom character controller. So the movement should feel like the way Duke did in D and 3D, hopefully. Just a little more body awareness.
Oh
For the
yeah,
most part, it really explains the whole sum of it.
Good.
Awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome, man.
It should be fun. We got the ability to have the original animations with the original skeleton mesh, the original model, and the animations all from 2011. So unless I could somehow come up on a really good 3D model artist, I think we're going to go with the 2011 assets when it comes to enemies and things like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean,
hey,
like-
at the very least for now, that works perfect. You know what I
Placeholder.
mean? Like, it's
Placeholder,
so
exactly.
you just want to get something that's like playable and fun. Like, if you can check both of those boxes, like you can just kind of work at your own pace afterwards. You know.
Yes,
For
yes,
sure.
sir, exactly.
No, it's all about getting that skeleton in.
Honestly, that'll be the benefit of like not using 2011 or using UE5 on its own and stuff like that. Not having to deal with the lack of skeletal importing and mesh importing and stuff like that.
I might just do it right now. Not to cut you off, I apologize,
you're
but I
fine.
might just do it right now. I'm gonna build what I got so far and maybe release it because I want this to be really transparent. So if we could
Sure.
get a build out whenever something prominent happens, like we got a functional character that could walk around E1
Yeah.
L1, and that's
I
just
mean-
something to show off,
Yeah, for sure.
so people could, and it would probably be good for public relations, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, don't. Every time you go to have to release something, it does take away from dev. You know what I mean? So don't push yourself to always have to be releasing something.
Yeah,
you know?
no.
Oh yeah,
Well,
the push would be I got this. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't want to burn yourself out working on something you love, right?
Oh right, that's
There we go.
just there's a fine balancement there with that, isn't there?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's really awesome that
Yeah.
you're doing that. I'm excited to mess with that.
It's a dick.
You got U1L2 in there now. Just
Much
gotta
better.
make everything look shiny, or not shiny, but because people don't like shiny actually. gotta make it pop a little bit.
Yeah,
It's
for
got
sure.
its time and place. But
What was
yeah,
that?
I said it's shiny has its time and its place,
Yeah, there's a time and
But,
place for everything.
but you got to be careful.
Yeah. There's a fine line between too much specular and not enough specular.
Yeah,
There is,
and
yeah.
too much. Yeah, exactly.
Christmas tree ornament
Yeah,
stuff
I got that
going
trigger.
on.
That's fun. All this
Looking,
stuff triggers.
oh, hey.
Floor is now proper.
Oh, fantastic.
All these little details are now placed properly. They're not like clipping through the ground and doing weird stuff like they were. We'll see about re-implementing this now that we have this all as one thing.
New to this type of broadcast format question. Are any of you guys screen sharing right now?
No,
Oh,
so we're
doing,
live on Twitch.
Twitch, yeah.
Oh, okay. I just
Yeah,
context. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna jump on there. I think I seen you on there, Liquid.
Cool, cool. Oh, hey, we have Lurker in the audience. I'm going to invite them up. They
Yeah.
are
Yeah, look, has been doing some good stuff.
incredible stuff.
Hello.
Hey, Lurker.
Hello.
Greetings.
I'm good. Clover just says, whenever you hear the word shiny, I start hearing Tommy Tallarico's MDK soundtrack. Citation needed in Tommy Tallarico there.
LiquidOtacon. I suppose that's what you're streaming at right now?
Yep.
That same account?
Yeah.
That's me.
I should try playing MDK again. I finished MDK 2. I never finished MDK 1, even though MDK 2 is like infinitely harder.
It's an amazing game. It really
Yeah.
is. way ahead of its time.
They truly do not make them like they used to.
They do not. A really funky sense of humor as well.
Oh yeah, no, shiny games were always like weird and hilarious. I mean, and like that kind of carried over to Planet Moon for a bit with Giants, which is like another game I never finished.
Citizens Kabuto. We talked about that
Yeah.
last week. We talked about that last stream. I love that game.
Oh, that's right. We did talk about
yeah,
that. Yeah,
that game kicks ass.
it rocks. Yeah. There's another studio that was founded by like ex-shiny people after like they imploded. I'm trying to remember what the hell it was called. MDK PC remaster would be great, but I doubt that would happen. I mean, look, MDK seems like the exact type of game that like Stephen Kick will like. If you mention that to him, his eyes will go wide, like Requiem for a Dream, and he'll just start like making phone calls real fast.
I can't tell you how extremely identical this is to 2011 Liquid. The interface, even the way the jet there was lined out to go within motion.
Oh, the way the interpolation points are set up.
Yeah, all of this, even the logos, every actor essentially is the same.
Yeah, I
Oh,
still
yeah.
haven't. Unfortunately, I still haven't played around too much in the 2011 editor, but I really still want to
Mm.
just like see what of it, like, if there's stuff we could adapt from it, or like
Yeah.
see what of it
Yeah.
still.
Like there's got to be some features in there that we could probably like.
And bring in on yours, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't think
Yeah,
of the
we've
word.
been really careful about not trying not to port like anything directly from it. So if anything, we would probably
Yeah.
just try to
But more like
use it
Learn
ideas,
from it,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh, they had this like element in the editor. We could probably use that.
Half the surface flags in 2011 are broke. They don't even function properly.
Outstanding.
I
Surface
heard you
property.
guys
So that's
can't
a small
see
example.
like actor scripts and stuff like that too.
See, I would say yes because I don't even know what you're referring to when you say actor script. So I suppose
like what
when
I
you
mean
click on
is
actor
like
here,
yeah, so like I can right click this dude and bring up his properties window and then like change like a whole ton of stuff about him.
oh yeah, we got the properties window, but I feel like it's limited compared to
didn't
what
they, like-
should be there per actor.
Didn't they like scrap a whole bunch of stuff and they moved to console? Because like wasn't there like a really powerful like Duke script system originally, and then like they had to cut all of it? I remember hearing like that was like the biggest thing they cut in like the console move was just like how powerful the scripting when like customization was.
It's funny, most textures get broken when I port a custom map to PS3 from 2011 because you got the PS3 emulator now.
Yeah.
But it seems like the only thing different I see in the retail versions compared to, or the console versions compared to whatever, is just textures, compression, and names.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be all there. Other than that,
Kind of impressive if you think about it.
it is interesting, yeah, and it was a
Yeah.
good game.
I finally modded you,
At any rate.
ETPC.
Oh, hey.
Not that we've had like any kind of issue. Whoops! I accidentally enabled
wow, that was
shield
good, like-
mode. Oh, you
Oh.
enabled it.
Oh, my bad.
Nope, it's okay.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I
I
get
just
it. I
pushed
get
a
it.
button. It popped up. I was like, "Do you want to enable shield mode?" I'm like, sure."
I just tapped out. Are you guys like working in the same environment?
No.
Oh,
I just
no.
made him a mod on the stream because I've been meaning to do
Yeah.
that for like weeks.
Yeah.
In fact,
Sometimes
I
we
think
get
if you
spammers.
listen to the recordings from December, like the beginning of December, it begins with, "Huh, that's right. I should really make you a mod, ETPC." And then it's just been months.
Yep.
Well, it's just been like a month and a
Oh.
half. I'm getting up for just a second to grab something to drink while this is rebuilding.
Yeah. No worries. Yeah, like I know we talked about it before, but it's really just so damn awesome how like active like the Duke community is right now. Ever since May 10th, it's just like there's just so much happening so
It's
fast.
It's
exploded.
evolved. Hands have changed, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of interest in developments and establishments, even in community
Yeah.
world.
And like the thing
There's-
that's really awesome is that there's new people.
Yeah,
Like it's not
yeah,
just
the
the old
hands.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's very few of the really old ones left, and some of the really
Yeah.
really old ones have. Well, I don't know what happened to them, but they've when they went, they don't seem to have come back. People like Parker and Duton and people like that who used to work on the HRP, Stevie and others. I don't know what's happened to them, but there is just so much stuff going on. And a year ago, there was nothing. It,
Oh
it
yeah,
was pretty much dead completely.
yeah. I mean,
And
there,
just seeing that there's 100 people just on the dev server is just amazing.
yeah. No, it's so exciting.
Like a little off topic, but you guys know that Noasis tool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Rich
I w-
Waterhouse's
Oh, yeah.
tool.
I was just about to say, I wish Rich Whitehouse would come back to all this DNF, man, and Duke
I-
Nukem in general.
I
He's
did actually ask him. I actually reached out to him when the leak first dropped, and I said, "Hey, you'd be the perfect guy to sort all this stuff out for us." And
I yeah.
he wrote back to me and said that he can't for a variety of his work reasons
Yeah,
and
You can
personal
tell
reasons. He can't do it, but he
yeah,
did actually. I did try.
his Twitter account's public, but yeah, he mentions his health multiple
Yeah.
times, so he's not in good shape at the moment. But all with respect to the dude, he accomplished a lot. Without his work, I
Yeah.
couldn't even
Oh
do this
yeah.
revamp project.
Rich
Yeah.
is an awesome dude. I've
I just
talked to
wish
him
I wish
before.
we'd see
Yes.
more from him. Yeah. Well.
Yeah,
Well. Anyways.
But
Cool
I
stuff,
did
man.
reach out to him, and he said like, "Sorry, but can't." But
Yeah,
yeah,
that
that would
sucks.
have been ideal.
Tried reaching out to him once in 2011, right when DNF came out, and I didn't. Let's just say first impressions are the last, and I was a different person back then.
yeah.
Kinda ruined my opportunity probably to reach out to him these days. But that's good. You
Hey
did,
man,
man, and
yeah,
we got the answer.
yeah,
People change.
yeah. People do change. I mean, sometimes they do. Sometimes they don't. That's a
Yeah,
problem. But
yeah, it's an
yeah,
interesting world out there. You're right.
the
Sometimes they don't.
I subscribe to the idea that stagnation in terms of like life and like not learning new things and not being open to new things is like basically equivalent to death. You know,
Yeah.
Oh, this guy,
like
this
you gotta
individual.
keep moving forward.
If you just say, "Okay, I'm," like, there's people I know said, "Oh, I'm never going to learn this," or "I can't be bothered learning that," and it's like if you decide, "Okay, I'm done now," you might as well crawl into a hole in the ground. I mean,
Yep.
it's just my personal opinion,
No,
but you've got to move on. You've got to evolve.
there's
I know
always new
people,
things to learn.
yeah, in yourself or things you do or aspects you evolve into, things you want to do. Like I used to be a 2D artist and I went into 3D and stuff like that, and it's just something I decided I was going to do. And there's always new things happening, new things evolving, and if you decide, okay, I'm done now, that's it. You might as well literally stop everything else.
Because I got a conscience. Like if I don't accomplish something, it's like a working guy, I guess. When you go to work, if for years, and if you don't go to work anymore, you're gonna kind of eat away at your soul a little bit. You're gonna be like, oh, what am I gonna do with myself? I don't know if you
It's
guys ever experienced that. Yeah, man, I don't think I could ever get to that point. Hopefully not.
Yeah,
I
there's
mean,
this whole thing of like, you are your job. What are you? Oh, I'm a plumber. What are you? Oh, I'm a an electrician or a politician or an actor or whatever, and
gotta
that's
do
what
what you
you
love
are.
for a
And it's
living, though.
like, yeah, I don't define myself by my
Yeah,
job. I define myself by what I do, and
really.
that's who I am.
Absolutely. And like even in like in terms of hobbies, like people's like, oh, I'm a gamer. It's like there's more to life than just games. Like I love video
There
games.
is?
Yeah, like
What?
like I I like I live and breathe video games, but at the same time, like I love movies, I love books, I love music, I love going on my bike, I love doing all kinds of things. But like the idea is defining yourself as one thing, it just seems so antithetical to like
Yeah.
human existence, in my opinion. Anyway, now that Rodicon's back, we can start the philosophical discussion.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
gonna do a little. I'm gonna do a
Abomination.
little. Sorry, go ahead.
Yo, what's up?
I want to be president.
Well, you gotta strive for something.
Yeah,
Why
yeah,
not?
that's the reaction I wanted.
Oh God, that movie's so good.
Okay, I'm back.
I want this car.
I feel like I was about to test something. Did I just kind of got up without like really I just imported all these nuns. I think that's all I did.
This has happened. This has happened to all of us at some point in our lives.
Yeah. Oh, Razor says apologies. Rich, you work on Duke 3D. Rich Whitehouse worked at Raven and a bunch of other studios. He just did a tool called Noisis, which is a like fantastic tool for like exporting 3D models from like all kinds of different games into like FBXs, which then you can like mess with in Blender and stuff. And he did some like very like he got the ball rolling a long time ago, and the ball kind of stopped rolling in terms of like modding DNF 2011 because there was like legal potential there, if my memory serves me right.
I think it was there was hints of legal stuff going on.
Yeah, so he backed away very quickly from that, but he is a guy who believes very strongly in like emulation and like preservation and things like that. So very, very good guy.
But
Hell yeah.
Rocket launcher's legit.
when the leak dropped and we found out there was this weird CPJ format, he was the first port of call of get this sorted, because Noesis is the go-to for all sorts of gaming projects on file conversions, even level conversions and stuff like that. It's the go-to tool for modelers. And level designers and gamers of like, okay, how do I open this weird file I found in this game from 20 years ago? And Noesis is it. And so we reached out to him when the leak dropped, but he was unfortunately unavailable.
Yeah, because he was probably working on the Jaguar emulator at that point, I imagine. Which, by the way, that Jaguar emulator is amazing. Holy crap.
I'm giving you the fruit.
Like, the guy is basically like redone the entire he's made the perfect emulator for that system now, and now it supports Jaguar CD, and it's going to support Jaguar VR soon. Like, oh my god.
Damn.
It's so cool having all that there. Like, the Jaguar is not a very good system, but it's a very interesting system. Big PMU. That's the name of the emulator. I'll drop a link in the link.
An awful lot of this old stuff is not particularly very good, but there's a lot of nostalgia.
Oh yeah, and there's a lot you can learn from it.
Yeah.
Oh, I've watched some really cool stuff on how the devs managed to get shit to work on the NES, and
Oh yeah,
it's just insane what they were able to pull off in such limited space and capabilities.
yeah. I will never stop thinking about Charlie when I messaged him back in 2020, like back when I was like trying to talk to as many DNF devs as possible, because I had this idea like, oh, what if I wrote a book on DNF from like the perspective of like someone who wanted to play it or something, and he told me that like, what was that? Let me pull up the actual email. It was just a quote that always stuck with me. Charlie,
Stand down, Dennis.
What was it? The point about how the approximation. Sorry,
Do
what
we
was
need a
okay, where is it? Okay, there have been no hardware changes that made me happy with the future of the craft. The joy of the late 90s was the craftsmanship of approximating reality. Every designer expected a certain degree of analysis and judgment of their work by any players exposed to their work.
For $1.
And like, damn, man.
Hey, so not to change the subject, but this guy here in chat, Z Nukem, he's the voice actor for our revamp project, man.
Oh, hey,
Great
cool.
Guy. Great guy. Yeah, just a little selfless promotion.
Yeah.
For sure. No, that's awesome.
Yeah, he does a pretty good impression, so
yeah,
definitely.
And
it's cool that not only do we have we have Gianni, you guys are gonna have Z Nukem, and it's just like what I love is just that even though no doubt it would be very cool to have John voice some of these like fan projects and stuff like that. I think what's even cooler is that we have two people who are in the who are in the community, active in the community, and both do a pretty damn good job. Like both do like a good enough job to where like you could be convinced. You know what I mean? So I think that's a hell of a lot of fun.
Fucking A.
Right,
yeah.
Right, yeah.
And like honestly, like a rising tide lifts all ships.
Yeah.
We were saying Liquid. It's amazing since what date? What date did we mention? Ever since this particular time, not too long ago, communities. It's like in the community, Duke Nukem community world out there, hands have changed. There's communities forming. There's like people coming together. It's just been a whole new episode, man, in life for the Duke Nukem communities as of late.
Yeah.
day and night from like May 9th to May 10th. It was day and night. Like it was just so incredible. Like by May 11th, like there were new Duke communities. There were new projects being in production. I mean, there are people who were making Duke 3D maps using 2001 assets. It was so cool.
Yeah.
We were
I
just
remember-
waiting.
You guys
was
ever see that when
making-
I put Stadium there from 64 into 2001? You guys ever seen that one?
No.
Ooh.
Yeah, a complete 1-to-1 of Stadium from Duke Nukem 64 with the back rooms and everything.
Oh,
It was
oh
pretty
yeah.
yeah.
decent. I just figured maybe I'd bring it up, but yeah, I'll have to find that file one day, post it here.
Yeah.
Cool. T, you were saying something?
Yeah, I was saying that when I was doing my HHR mod, this is about 4 or 5 years ago, we put the call out for people, modelers and texture artists, and there was literally nobody left. There was myself, a guy called Mark, a guy called Spiker. There was one other guy called Chicken, but there was like two or three people. None of them were really active, and we're making this mod and saying, "Hey, anyone out there?" And there was nothing. The actual community on Duke 4 was kind of like spiraling the drain a bit, and there was no new stuff at all, no modeling, whatever. And just seeing how it is now, with all the new people who've come on board, all the new projects have come on board, it is just absolutely stupendous. It's gone from 0 to Mach 10 pretty much overnight, and seeing the fact that there are all these people, are all these projects, it is just amazing. There's a couple of people I know from the old times, as I call it, and I keep saying that you got to come on board. It's oh, I wish things would be like they were, and it's like it's better than it was. It's better than it was back when the HRP was in production and stuff like that. There's a lot more going, a lot more people, a lot more projects, a lot more different styles of stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just absolutely amazing. It is so great to see it.
Yeah, and like it's not like again. I know you mentioned it's not the same people. I think that's what also is like a huge thing because
yeah,
stop me if this seems unfair to say, but the Duke community had a huge problem of like not really being welcoming to new people, right?
Yeah.
or styles. That there was very on Duke 4. I mean, if you like the old way Duke Nukem looked tonight, that's great. That's your thing. But they were not at all welcoming to if you wanted to do something different or do something else.
Yeah,
and they're still not. They people on Duke 4 tend to be, if you want to do a sprite-based mod, then great. And I mean, there's some great stuff going on, but they don't tend to like anything new.
Yeah,
or anything different. It's just
for
how
sure.
they are.
And we're still saying that, with the respect that Duke 4 deserves for like,
Well, yeah, because there's loads of cool stuff going on there, like the Alien Armageddon mod and all this
AMC.
other stuff. It's William G and it's great. I just wish they were a little bit more welcoming and we could have had them on board because it'd be nice to have everyone together and have because I'm sure there's loads of people. It's like the other day, one of the guys who does Alien Armageddon came up to me and said, like, there's nobody there who could do models. You want to put these car models in the game, and nobody knows how to do it. And it was just kind of a bit. Well, I said, nobody's left who does anything like that. That's kind of sad, really. But there's been this delineation put down, and it's a bit of a shame, really. There's a lot of people there who could contribute stuff, and they just don't, which is a shame.
For sure. Duck XD, you
Howdy, everybody. Thank you for being very patient and sticking around.
Howdy.
So, getting back into it here, we are going to crack open some Stalwart and kind of go from there. I'm going to use my my server here to try to update the test to make sure that this is actually working as it's intended now. Because I think actually Stalwart 51 itself, I'm happy with it. I think it's as long as I can get this part working. Oh man.
Yeah, I think Stalwart 51 is very good. Stalwart 51 XL, which I checked yesterday, just needed to be finished, which...
Yeah, it just needs to be finished, yeah. Okay. Username is Duke. What did I set the password to? Nope. I remembered. Okay, so let's save this. Let's see if it fixes that issue. I don't need to close it. Bring the server down. Bring it back up. Thankfully, the server is like literally within arm's reach of me, so it's not too hard to just modify it real quick. And then we'll load into it to see if it fixed the problem. Okay. Crashed before I even booted the server. Ugh.
Getting rid of those crushes right from the start.
Oh, that's right. Somebody had me change the server stuff, and so no wonder nobody wants to play on DNFRP1 right now. Frag limit's 30. There's no time limit. No, that sounds like a nightmare. It's dedicated. It's up now. And let's see if this fixed that. Okay. And hey, there we go. Cool. Now they properly show up. So that does fix that. Nice. Easy breezy. Something people were saying before is that they were like confused on why the collision was on the top, but that definitely fixes it.
I would use the latest map from Git if you haven't.
Why did
So I
somebody else
done
modify it?
me. I basically changed the ambient glow on every weapon.
You changed what?
The ambient glow on every item. So I made them so that they pulse.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I'll check it out.
And also moved the pipe bombs from one of the consoles. Because they were clipping.
Oh, I need to pull it from multiplayer though. Right, I'm assuming you uploaded it to multiplayer, not level design.
Yeah, I think I did. But I can just send you. Well, yeah, you can fetch it like that anyway.
Item visibility update on 4 maps, including Stalwart 5th floor.
Yeah.
Okay. Coolio. Okay, and I can just make the fix to that map. It wasn't a hard fix.
Yeah.
We got a bomb defusal test. That's cool. Cool to see you guys working on that.
I found the option to put an event for succeeding things. It's said in a way, and now I cannot unsee it anymore. It's in the end decoration. It's just success event, and I missed it until now.
Hmm.
I hate that.
So you made the weapons pulsate.
I wanted to make items pulse less, but any value below 255 doesn't work, so I put everything into the same for now.
Okay, awesome. Definitely helps them stand out a little bit. Yeah, maybe we should do this, where we have them kind of floating in the air. Maybe we should do that with all the weapons.
Yeah, I would like to do something like that with like in multiplayer, if we can figure out a good way to have them kind of rotate and float, or just have some effect that helps even more.
Yeah. Networking, always relevant. Now, I don't know why these weapons are always relevant, even though they're not marked as always relevant, but I'm not gonna fight it.
I assume, I don't know, it might be some kind of priority system. Weapons are always.
Okay, so now the same fix has to be done to Stalwart XL, and then we can start working on Stalwart XL. Combat.
Those are the two pipes I moved.
What's that?
Because they were. I had to move those two pipes from the console because they were clipping into it. They were a little harder to see.
Okay.
So they just fall on the ground now. They
Fair
can
enough.
reposition in case.
Yeah. Okay, so I have to finish. Because basically, this back half, I was like still just working on doing texture passes on it. Which, this is fun for everybody who gets to watch this stream. So when you get to play this in multiplayer, this is supposed to be the same textured wall. I don't know why it is or it isn't right now. I think it is over here. No, it isn't. But you can open up this wall here, and then pass through here, and get the nuke, and then pass through here. And I am rapidly dropping packets. What is going on? Oh. Okay. It should be fine now.
Yeah, seems to be.
Yep, okay. I know what was happening. I was having that multiplayer server bug where your server gets slammed on port 7777 for no reason. And it was bringing down my network while we were streaming. Sorry about that. Everything should be good. I appreciate everybody's patience. That's... Of course. Everything should be fine now, though. Yeah. Alright. So yeah. Back what I was showing, though. This is that little room that you could always see from the main room, but you can't now. You can actually get in there now. You can still see from in there, but you couldn't actually get in there before.
You want to hear a fun fact, which is not so fun fact. You know, you made this window so you can't actually shoot at others. People with an M16 can, because M16 can penetrate 33 units. That's
Interesting.
something to
So we'll
look
have
into
to
eventually.
make a invisible collision.
Oh no, there is an invisible collision. That's the thing. But it penetrates it.
Interesting.
Do that explosion.
Okay, so at least these comsats are going to show up in multiplayer now.
New
That's better.
hardware.
Oh, Epstein's straw on that screenshot looks sick. The lighting in this game looks so awesome sometimes. Oh, yeah. The crate's open. Yeah. They have to be hit with explosive damage. Here, I'll
Ruby.
show that off. So it's this one here. And there's an atomic health in there. And then it's this one here. And the ice freeze gun. Alright, Rainbow. Don't pay attention to how much space is left on my hard drive, okay? A lot of Duke builds in this puppy.
Yeah, you shouldn't look at mine either, considering I have
You should have seen it when I was
several
still on a
playtests
desktop.
builds.
Yeah. I was the same way. I had several terabytes just absolutely maxed.
Actually, I can tell you right now, I have 2 Git builds because I split one off, so it's not that with update.
Okay, it looks like there's some more space for this. So we might be able to get away with doing, like... let's see. There's 2. That's unnecessary. This is done in such a strange way. Might be able to, like, just... Go on.
The easy, well, the dirty solution would be to make the room farther away. Since it's a small room, you move it enough so you can make the window big enough to cover 33 units. And then people can all shoot inside. It shouldn't affect anything.
I want to make these actual glass, too, so you can actually shoot through them.
It is something related to the materials. I think I've seen that every material is basically set to penetrable, which would require the material actors to be changed, or maybe just having some that can be set as non-penetrable. That is also why in a casino the Terminator tends to be as further as it is.
Yeah.
Because there's those columns that are 33 units.
Let's see here. We'll get rid of the smaller boxes because we got rid of all the other smaller boxes. And then I'm just going to take these, duplicate it, and bring it over to here. Do it like that with it. And then take this and duplicate it again and bring it over here. And then we're just going to rotate it a bit. Yeah, like that. You get rid of There we go. Quick, easy Area 51 boxes. Actually, we're gonna rotate this like that. There we go. Okay, so this flooring. So this area, my plan for it is to make it like a cloning facility.
Oh, that sounds cool.
And that'll be the kind of like final area here that people can fight in. Excuse me. Hang on, let's see, this is also different. Oh, it's the same. I think it should be like that. I think it's still not quite perfect. It's hard to make sure that's lined up. I think if I make it line up here, though, it doesn't really line up here. Yeah. Maybe it's because this one's fucked up? Nope. Hmm. Hmm. It's because it's flipped? No, see, this doesn't match up with that. Okay, so let's try to at least do that. I think I have this wrong. It should have been like that. Okay, yep, that's what I thought. Alright. And looking at this, let's space it out from there. There we go. So that's correct there, which means that these walls have to be adjusted because they're not right. Because everything else is. Oh boy. That was kind of neat though. There we go. So not quite there. There we go. There we go.
User, I believe that this still supports the tracker music. I don't think your
It
3D
does
ROMs
not
removed that
support
support.
tracker music properly.
They removed it. Damn.
Yes, they removed it. It still supports like the file format, or like pretends to try to, but it doesn't work.
Oh. Guess what? Final alternative.
Yeah, sorry. Unfortunately, is what's going on there. Man, I wish this wasn't the case. I almost want to just cut the size of this wall in a little bit just to not have to deal with that.
You could enlarge the texture enough so it, I mean, it looks slightly stretchy, but you can still kind
You'll
of
be
hack
able
it.
to tell. Uh, okay, interesting. So that's how I'll do it. Alright, I think that's about as close as we're getting over there. Except for this one. Whatever. It's close enough, man. I tried so hard. People are going to play it now and notice it and complain. Not really, though. No one's going to notice that. It's such a not thing. Okay. There we go. Do the same thing over here. Actually, I don't think I'm going to have that be the same thing on that wall. Perfect. Awesome. Rebake everything. Check it out.
Groovy.
I want to see if I can find a way to make add the spinning ones, because I've seen that we have the spinning ones in our files. I found them. Just gotta figure out how to apply it. Oh yeah, I didn't even notice it because I walked right past it. Oop. No, this is a multiplayer map that is based out of Area 51.
You should add some particle effect with the reporters.
Yeah, I plan on that. It's all really roughed in right now just to make sure I could do it. You can kind of tell that you can shoot that wall, right? It's a little different.
Yeah. stands out just enough.
Yep.
The rest is kind of personal knowledge.
See what kind of Area 51 textures I can put onto this.
Making it a cauldron.
If I
There's some
remember
frozen tech.
correctly, Liquid, those don't work in multiplayer. They play in game, but the animations on things that aren't players are kind of wonky. Oh yeah, so you're right, but I think regular movers work properly. It's door movers that don't work properly in multiplayer. So these should be okay. We'll see, really, but yeah. If I can make these like almost metallic, it would work. Almost. Actually, that might be good. Yep. There we go. And just kind of better fit them a bit. Oops. Oh, okay, I see. That's kind of attached to that, so. Kind of do that. Okay, there you go. Guess we can make the floor in here something different too. There we go. That's pretty cool. just see how it looks. We are working. Oh, that compound got changed. We are working on a multiplayer map, Stalwart 51 XL. Yeah, this looks cool.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't change the texture there yet. Somehow that texture got changed too. I'll have to fix that too. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Although I also just had an epiphany. I know what goes here. See if I can do this. Hang on. Right click. Oh. I was hoping maybe I could like select all weapons or something. I want to do this. I want to try to go through and find all the weapons on the map and then have them selected and then put them in a group.
Gorilla Captain. That weapon, I believe, was added early on, but it doesn't have any special animation stat to it. It still uses the Golden Deagle.
Oh yeah, the Duke 3D pistol, yeah. It's there for functionality, and it's good we were working on it, but it's not complete yet.
It is incredibly strong right now, as well.
Yeah. But yeah, we are planning on adding it as something you can pick up, which is why it's there now. Huh. There's really only 16. Oh, wait. Then these ones over here. 22 weapon pickups on this map. Oh, I should add the ammo, I guess, too. There's not too many of those, so. There we go. Okay, so a couple things. So first, can you show me? Oh, that didn't get included for some reason. There we go. Can you show me what you did to make these glow, so I can try to make them glow?
Go to display. In the property screen.
Oh, literally ambient glow 255.
Yep.
Cool, that's easy. Okay, the other thing is I want to raise everything to about this height. That way it's like chest height almost. Some of them it's like knee height, I guess, but I guess it's more like knee height, not chest height.
One of the
Anyways,
solutions that doesn't involve having to lift stuff up would be figuring out how to make the models bigger in game, which I don't think we currently can. Because I'd be down with just seeing a gigantic deagle on the floor.
I mean, you can't go LOD,
In
not
draw,
LOD scale.
draw
It's
scale.
draw scale.
I believe I tried with the atomic health and it didn't do it, but maybe it was just not. Oh, if that's
Let's
a
just try
flying game,
that.
that's gonna be
See
funny.
how it looks.
Because if it does work, it's gonna be a standard that we should probably apply in multiplayer.
So the weapons hover like they're supposed to. Oof.
Groovy.
Which is cool. They don't look bigger. That one's no longer hovering. They don't look bigger, but they are a little more noticeable, I think, now.
We'll figure out to make the draw skill apply stuff inventory.
Yeah, that too.
It's definitely some kind of property we cannot affect ourselves yet.
It looks pretty good, though. Okay, so somehow this one... and it's stuff disabled, so we'll re-enable it. And then, okay, hang on, I want to save. And reopen this map. And re-enable this. There we go. Okay, I want to take these two. I want to move them more like that. We're going to take this and raise it up a little bit. Take this and raise it down a little bit. Take these and raise them up a little bit. Okay, there we go. Let's try that. Let's check that out. I think they are more noticeable, like being up in the air like that. I think that will help. But yeah, making them bigger will also help if we can figure that out.
It is a thing that works for decorations but not for weapons. There must be something recorded about them.
Yeah.
User, I would actually like for that weapon. That's one of the things sort of mentioned earlier. It would be nice if they kind of were
Oh, rotating?
moving me
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
I don't know what would need to be done for that to happen, but I would be down for it to happen. In multiplayer.
Yeah. You know what? I bet you we would have to give them an animation sequence. And then have the animation being rotating. And then set their animation to that.
Do they even?
That might be too...
No.
That might be thinking too complicated, though.
I'll check the properties and see if there's something about it.
I don't think there's anything to make them rotate.
Single player will have the, ideally at least, will have the glow, kind of like a multiplayer, because that is subtle enough, but also helps stuff stand out from the environment quite a bit, which also fits in the whole glasses stuff.
Maybe it's this third person scale.
Oh, please. Oh, I have a feeling that is gonna affect the ones when you're holding them too.
Groovy.
Can't really tell if they're bigger. I don't think so. I don't think anything really changed.
Set behind view real quick. I wanna see if one of these that he changed actually looks bigger in hand. Oh, bit tough, I guess.
No, they look normal. It looks normal.
Weird.
Okay, so none of this seemed to do much, so I'm just gonna pick up view scale.
That might be it. That sounds like it.
I may need to rebuild. Hey, those look bigger.
Groovy.
A little at least.
That was pickup size. Yeah, let's try 2. Also, let me fix this. So. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 2 is too much.
Groovy.
You can
Oh
really
my
tell.
word! Oh god, that rocket launcher. Okay, some things should be 2 maybe, or in between 1.5 and 2. Like the M16, I think is fine. Well, we'll maybe reduce. We'll do some experimenting. We just have to set some kind of standard.
What makes this rotate, you know? Something.
I'd buy
I
this
have no
for
idea
$1.
on this specific. Like, would have to ask Crispy and the likes how that specifically works and how it can be applied.
Can have multiple. Somebody complained about that, right? Not being able to pick up items after you already have them. Maybe that's what this can have multiple is. We'll check
Well, you
that
cannot
out.
pick up items when you already have them.
Yeah, some players were reporting that you can't pick up an M16 if you already have an M16.
Huh.
It seems like in the editor that would imply that the Duke 3D pistol would be usable at some point, probably during the Deja Vu level. Yep, that's exactly the idea behind that, and maybe for multiplayer stuff too, if people want. That is the exact idea behind that.
gonna
Groovy.
ping Crispy real quick.
I'd buy this for a dollar.
Hey, maybe that's how I do it.
Rotate? I hope so.
I don't want fixed rotate direction, I think I want this. So it's going to be the yaw? Christ. I think so.
If you crack this, I swear.
That's my job. Nope, they're not rotating just yet. I think this is going to be it, though.
Let's hope.
I don't really know what it means by rotate by quadrant, but we'll try that too. Doesn't look like it. No.
Fixed rotation direction, maybe?
Maybe it's because I also set them to static and stasis. So maybe if I just set them to stasis. They all just fell into place, and they're not rotating. Okay. Maybe it's the other way around. I need to set them to static and not stasis. Okay.
I love this issue.
Okay. They all rotated a specific direction. They're not rotating, though.
Oh yeah, because you set a rotation yourself, but not a rotation rate.
I set the rotation rate.
Oh, no, sorry, you said precision rate and rotation, but they apply the rotation.
And let's. What happens if I do that? Physics rotating?
Oh boy.
Doesn't look like it. I don't think so. Maybe I need to give them velocity? No. No. Okay, hang on. Let's do this. Hey guys, don't take shame. When in doubt, do old Unreal. How to make items rotate. Getting close. You know what we could also do is we'll save this, minimize it, close out of some stuff really quick, go to Unreal.
Taking a page from my book, I see.
Open Unreal Ed. Open a deathmatch level. And then let's check this out. Well, that looks real familiar, huh?
I don't remember if they rotate, but I'm gonna check real tournament on my side.
You know what? I'll test really quick. Oh, can I not? Can I not just test straight through here? Oh, here we go. Play level. If this breaks my stream, I really apologize, guys. This is not tested beforehand. The weapons do rotate.
Well, let's see who beats who first.
Want to figuring it out?
Yeah.
Okay, so weapons do rotate. Figured it out.
Shit.
So, turn that off. Sure, whatever. Set this to... That was fine, so being set to none, or whatever it was set to before, but... Your yaw has to be set to 5,000. Give me the rotation rate. This can be set to 0. Rotation rate has to be set to 5,000. Although, also, the units don't necessarily always translate perfectly from old Unreal to new, so... Or this version, so... Oh, it also doesn't work. Straight up. It also straight up just doesn't work. Cool.
It might be related to the items themselves.
Perhaps. I'm saying. Oh, hang on. It also has fixed rotation direction enabled. Let's see if that makes a difference. Nope.
Okay, I'm bugging Crispy.
Man, I was really hopeful for that one. That felt like a good lead.
Yeah.
Let's see what some of the other changes, the differences are here. Oh, desired rotation is also set. Hang on. Desired rotation is set to 30,000. Damn. Okay, well, I have them set up the exact same way as the Unreal weapons now, and they still don't do it. So,
Oh, it was worth a good shot.
yeah. Definitely worth checking out. Unless they need mass for some reason too, but I think they all have their own mass. Yeah.
I'm gonna look on real tournament as well, just in case. But I don't think I'm gonna find anything different.
I'm trying to see if there's anything else maybe that sets it to rotate. Interesting. I wonder why they moved some of that stuff around.
Some of that might be community enhancements more than Unreal to 3D Realms. I assume.
I don't think I have the community updates installed. I might. I just installed it,
Oh,
downloaded it from GOG straight. I haven't updated it. Yeah, otherwise it seems to be that setting is what causes it to rotate in Unreal. Like, I mean, I don't know. Let me just for SNGs. Whoops, no, that's not the right one. It's under movement. Let's set this to like 10,000. In theory, it should double its rotation. Oh. It's kind of hard to tell, but you can see that it did double its rotation speed. So I do understand why it's rotating and how it's rotating, and it does not appear that we have the same. It's been a long time since I played this game. What a weird weapon.
see, there's something I discovered about the 8-ball just the other day. If you hold both clicks, it actually shoots an arrow. Rocket barrage.
Interesting.
I didn't know that until recently. I still keep on learning things about that game. It's impressive.
Hang on. Nope,
It's
can't
worth
do
saying
that.
that In Unreal Tournament, their weapons are set to stasis and static defaults, and the weapons right now are set as static, which might be contributing.
No, I just disabled all that. They
Okay.
just fell to the ground, and that was about it. I want to enable stasis again, just because I messed stuff up. Yeah. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, this should be what we were looking for. There's nothing else really within these settings that tell me it should be otherwise.
I'll do some thinking on my own as well.
That was a
Just
good
in
practice.
case.
That was a good exercise, though.
Yeah. I imagine having to do that for every time you do pick up some multiplier.
Alright, though, honestly, it's like 6:30. I'm getting pretty tired. I've been doing this for almost 4 hours now. I think it's probably where we're gonna call it here for today. Appreciate everybody coming out to watch the stream and hang out and stuff like that. Again, like we mentioned at the beginning of the stream, these dev streams are going to be moved. They're still going to be every other week, like they are now. So they're going to be the week following the multiplayer events, and they will be on Thursday nights now. Thursday nights Eastern Standard, at least 6 p.m. Which I know for some of our international folks, it's a little more. We'd be basically starting right now. Um, or a half hour earlier than what it is right now for international folks. So I know that's going to be a bit much for some folks, and I apologize about that. It's just going to make life a little easier on me and on ETPC and stuff like that. But yeah, again, thank you everybody for coming out and hanging out, and keep it easy.
Good evening.